Lunch Money Lambert, Jeff Malott. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Yeah. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Kayak Bass Nation. Hey. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation, where we talk about fishing and competition. It's your boy Ox Pippin, aka Ox Fishing. Don't come over here tripping. Hey, hope you enjoy the show. Jeff Malott, Lunch Money Lambert, Lego. Hey, welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Kayak Bass Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Kayak Bass Nation. Hey, welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to KBN Live, back on Monday where we belong. What's up, Ryan?
That's right. I'm surviving. I'm running the roads. You know how it goes.
Yeah, I feel you. You're in the Ville tonight, right? Nashville?
Yeah. I got some meetings up here. We got some folks coming in for the NWTF convention this weekend. So a lot of people showing up, a lot of things going on.
There we go. Well, I've got a little bit of breaking news for us. You don't even know this, Ryan. So there you go.
Oh,
we are streaming live on X now, over on X, not just YouTube and Facebook. We're back on X. We were doing that for a while. They changed some of these settings, but I've figured out how to get us back over there. So we're back over streaming on X. We've got a pretty good following growing over there on X, or formerly known as Twitter. So there you go. And also over on X, let me share my screen. Ryan, are you a Twitter user? Do you use that?
I'm not, man. I'm not a tweeter much.
All right. Over on X, there's our KBN page. I just started before the show went live about an hour ago. The Kayak Bass Nation community.
Oh.
So if we're ever banned from Facebook or anywhere else, we've got a community page on X that just started. So if you're one of those people, if you're an Xer or a Twitter head or whatever they call them now, get over there and join that community. Follow the page on Twitter. It's going to be good. So how about that, Ryan?
I'm going to go follow it right now. I'm going to create an X and get on that.
Yeah, exciting times over there. People are still jumping on from YouTube, Facebook. What's up, James? Top Shelf, Benjamin, Sublux. Appreciate y'all coming on tonight. It's going to be a fun show. We've got two halves to the show, if you will. In the first half of the show, we have Keith from Kayak Angler Magazine talking about the Yak Off. What do you know about the Yak Off, Ryan?
I can't wait to learn more about the Yak Off. I am very, very interested for some Yak Off facts, if you will.
Yeah, we've got some friends in it. Our guy Ethan Jett won the first round of the Yak Off, but it's pretty cool. I kind of mess with their website and the bracket and how it works, and Keith will take us through that. So that's first. And then returning to the show once again, Luke Graham, Tennessee BASS Nation, wins on Watts Bar. What do you know about that event? You talked to any of the
Buddy,
fellas?
he dominates in East Tennessee. Like we fished, my favorite event on Watts Bar was that Hobie tournament we froze to death in that one. And that's a tough lake anyway, but he put up a bag. And from what I understand, they're mostly brown fish. So I'm very interested to see how that played out.
Yeah, I'm going to try to pull up Twitter. If anyone, we've got a fair audience growing over on Twitter right now on X. I'll get over there. You can't see the comments live on our screen, but I'll try to watch them over there. See if we can get any questions from over on X. So that'll be good. Before we get Keith in here, let's shout out the sponsors of the show. Come on, Young. It's too early for that.
I knew this was going to be a good one. The comment section will be hot.
That's right. Of course, the presenting sponsor of the show, Eco Fishing Shop, ecofishingshop.com. We appreciate them and all they do for us and for the sport of kayak fishing. Seasons are cranking up, man. I've actually dusted off my gear, started retying some stuff. I'm going to start fishing a little bit. It's time to get going. So if you need something, get over to Eco Fishing and they'll get you hooked up with a new rig right over there.
It's been like 60 degrees at home. Like it's time. It's time to get on the water.
It's time. Western Son Vodka, of course. I'm wearing the Western hat, little throwback hat. Western Son, we appreciate them. Presenting sponsor, the presenting drink and drink of choice for KBN. We appreciate them. And then ProGuide Lithium. Time to juice them up, man. I need some new batteries. I need to get with the guys at ProGuide and get my stuff freshened up. I think I burned through the other ones I had. So
I had a guy in the DMs today asking what batteries, if he should go with a NK 180 or a 300 on the autopilot. I haven't tried one with a 300, so that would be an experience, I'd say. Offset motor with a 300 on it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Would that just be like a front end loader pushing water? I mean, would it go fast?
I don't know. I mean, it does good with the 180, but I mean, that's a ton of power to have offset there.
There we go. So yeah, we appreciate all the sponsors of the show, and of course the giveaway partners. I don't even know where we're at for that. Are we doing Z-Man tonight? What are we doing tonight?
Sure. Yeah, let's do Z-Man.
Z-Man giveaway tonight. We're doing a Z-Man giveaway. So all you got to do, like and share on Facebook, like and comment below the video on YouTube. And then I don't know how you win on X, but we appreciate you watching over there as well. Do some retweet, repost, whatever you do over there, and I'll try to figure that out.
I applied for a job at the government efficiency deal. I put together some of Kenzo's furniture in the new house, and I had like probably 13 bolts left over. So I think I could bring something to the table on that deal. You
could. There you go. I'm part of the government, so don't efficiency me out of the job.
No, you're a necessary piece, I think.
Yeah, I'm over there trying to do the good work, get them back on track over there. So we'll see. But yeah, we appreciate Z-Man for helping us out with the giveaway tonight. Revo, Seaguar, and Gill. We appreciate them as partners as well. But with that said, man, let's get Keith in here and
let's do it. Learn. We're gonna learn something today.
Yeah. All right, man. Keith, what's up? Yak Fishaholic. What's up, my man?
What's going on, guys? I don't know how much you're going to learn, but it's nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
We're going to learn.
So where are you from, Keith, specifically? Let's go ahead and get this out of the way.
Well, you were telling me it's 60-ish down there. 60 here would be like bubbling hot because I live in the land of Celsius. So I'm up in British Columbia, Canada, and it was not hot today. One of the things actually would be way cooler if we did this in summertime, because I have a wicked shed pub and my kayak fishing office in the backyard. But right now it's got about 6 feet of snow around it. So you get to look at my living room couch and plant instead.
That's all right.
A shed pub,
up in,
I like that.
Oh, it's a shed pub, yeah. It's pretty sweet. But I'm up in Revelstoke, British Columbia, Canada. I got 2 mountain ranges right here. Revelstoke Mountain Resort, skiing right there. Columbia River goes right through here. So pretty sweet place. Pretty sweet place.
Do you have any moose? I'd like to shoot a moose up there.
We have moose. We have caribou, bear, wolves, everything. I've had bears on my deck before. The grizzlies luckily stay higher up in the alpine, but we get a lot of black bears.
Yeah, I'm not trying to play with a grizzly at any point, I don't think.
No, wouldn't recommend it.
Musky pike and smallmouth. We got people stereotyping you already. This podcast will be musky pike and smallmouth. It will not. There's going to be a lot of yakking off on this podcast. That's what we came to talk about. We're going to learn what this, I guess, provocatively titled competition is.
I like it. First of all, I'd like to throw this out there. I just thought of this when you guys were chatting about your Z-Man giveaway. How do your giveaways work here?
So you comment, like, and share the post, and like Jeff will throw out some crazy hashtag that he's picked throughout the show, and then we do a drawing at the end for the winner.
So can I throw something in there?
Yeah, man, we love that.
Of course,
let's do it.
Of course you can.
So sweet. Yeah, I just thought about this, but you guys know the human dehooker tool? Have you heard of that yet?
That seems right in line with the Yakoff, but yeah, go ahead.
I knew you were going to say that.
Oh man.
So really, you haven't heard it. So it's DHUKR.
All right.
It's the human dehooker tool. I met this guy, Michael Pisano, at ICAST last year in Orlando, and he's become a really good partner of kayak anglers, and he's developed this amazing dehooker tool instead of using the loop and the pull and all that stuff. It's actually blown up. He's doing really, really well. He's the presenting sponsor of the Yak Off.
Oh.
So if you're Googling that right now, it's dehookertool.com. It's a really amazing product that saves a lot of trips to the emergency room. and was
Is it?
developed. Sorry?
No, go ahead.
That's
Go ahead.
it.
I'm looking at the webpage Jeff's pulled up.
Yeah. So this is, let me tell you this. So this guy is a 30-year-old emergency room surgeon. He's also a captain of a boat down in Marco Island in Florida. Oh, I hate this kind of stuff, though.
Pull that thing out of there, brother. Get it out.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
anyway,
it works.
It's amazing. I've had it. I've used it. And then, when you're in a kayak in those confined spaces, things can get a little bit hairy sometimes. But yeah, I'll throw one of those tools in there, or he will, for sure. You guys can give one of those away.
Oh, sweet. Nice.
Appreciate you, man.
With your Z-Man thing. Yeah, for sure.
It's a double giveaway.
And I'll just throw this little plug out for them. If you want to see something that makes you cringe a little bit. So this guy does all this stuff to himself. He has this, to prove what his tool does, he has this video called the dreaded treble triple double, where he takes like a 9-inch spook, brand new out of the package, cleans it up with a little bit of alcohol so he's not going to get an infection. But he takes two, so the 3 trebles, so 2 from each treble, and buries them in his right forearm because he's right-handed, and he shows how you can pull it out with your left hand. It's a crazy video, so anyone out there watch it. You want to see someone believe in their product?
What's wrong with this guy? Like, he needs to get some friends to test it on or something.
Yeah, I think they call that a sadomasochist, but hey, we appreciate him anyway.
Yeah,
that's commitment there.
It's pretty cool. You got to check it out. Everybody out there in audience land, check that out.
That's a lot of pain to get rid of a hooker. That's impressive commitment.
The human de-hooker. I like it. Appreciate you throwing one in, man. Keith, that's gonna be awesome.
Sure. Just give me the address at the end of this, and I'll get it out to him.
We got it. We'll do a.
You got a 6-month window to deliver giveaways too. That's how we like to run it here. So as long as it gets to them in 6 months.
Nice. That's perfect.
Fiscal year.
That happen. Perfect. Like it.
Oh man, there we go. De-hooker. So,
also, before we're going to get into these Yakoff chats here, you just heard Ethan Jett today was the first winner. We started last Monday. The competition runs Monday to Sundays. We'll get into that a little bit, but Ethan Jett, we tallied everything up, and he won today over Steven Johnson. Was a very close race, and it was very cool because Saturday morning, you guys were just talking about Watts Bar. So like 7:20, I think, on Saturday morning, and I get this message that Ethan is on the water. He's like 10 minutes to first cast, and he's all excited, and he's like, and by the way, if you haven't voted yet, tomorrow's the last day you can vote in the Yakoff Awards. And he was like on the water doing it. So shout out to Ethan for that. That's awesome.
It was a runaway too. I mean, I'll throw your bracket up before we get to talking here. 58% to 42. Steven Johnson had no chance. Ethan had the KBN mojo going. Yeah. So there we go.
So tell us what this is and the concept. Like, let's try to get people's heads around this thing. Like, what's
so it's on? Not as, I mean, if I would have named it something else, it would be pretty self-explanatory. It is self-explanatory anyways. Like, it's a face-off, right?
Okay.
It's a face-off of 2 kayaks of the coolest kayaks. So there's like, that's it. It's just, why not use the name Yak Off?
So like cool. rigging, like rigging wise, like what all toys you can put on there.
For a few years, I've been kind of brewing this up as like an idea that we can do. The first one we're doing right now is through 16 professional anglers, kayak anglers. And it's basically, there's 2 a week, and you get I basically gave them, I want your overhead, bow, aft, stern, and port pictures of your kayak static, and then I want to walk around like we all see on YouTube all the time. I want to walk around of you explaining what you did, why you did it, how you did it, and it's basically a big social platform, so people can learn and see like, man, I have a New Canoe Unlimited, or I have a PA14, or I have a Shearwater 125. I can do that to mine. Or even back to these pros, there's a lot of DIYers out there that have some cool stuff they've made up that they haven't thought of either, right? So it's just been going back and forth. Where can I buy this? Where can I get it? How did you do that? How did you hook this up? It's a super cool like learning experience. And yeah, it's basically a face-off of 2 anglers and 2 kayaks and how they kind of MacGyvered it to be best for them, not necessarily the most expensive or the craziest rig, but what works best for them and how they fish and where they fish, be it catfish or marlin off Hawaii or the bass whole best rig thing. So
Yeah, I feel like Guillermo should have been in this round with his long white pole standing up on his. He should have been in this.
Yeah,
round.
that PVC pipe is missing its chance on this one.
there was
Yeah, I mean,
there was a lot of invites out there, and I got a lot of exposure, a lot of people applying. One of the things was a lot of people had, like, we started this kind of, I guess, putting the word out there like early November, and some people were putting their kayaks away. And the good thing though is this is the first one. They're going to be run probably twice a year, but the best thing is it's not just for professional anglers. We have aspirations to do for like kids and like a men against women and pros against schmoes, or just a bunch of different things. Willing to take advice and suggestions from anyone out there too, of like what you think would be cool, what you'd like to see. And yeah, we're just going to run with it. There's cash prize. There's some features in Kayak Angler Magazine, and we're affiliated with Wired to Fish as well. So there's a lot of opportunity out there for people to grow their platforms and have fun with it.
Well,
And
So
salute to
folks
you,
at home, don't give up. You have your
Yeah.
chance to yak off in the future. Don't give up on your dreams.
Hey, salute to you, man, for people like me that have the sense of humor of a 10-year-old found the name hilarious, and I'm sure that helped it go a little bit viral within the kayak community, right? Because people were talking about it, like, what the hell is this? The Yak Off,
even
they got
speaking
the
of Ethan, he's like, the first time he saw it, he's like, "Is this a joke?" But then it was James Macbeth from Hobie that like asked him, "Hey, you should be in this.
Yeah,
Represent Hobie." So yeah, no, I mean, you got to play with your words, right? Like, why not? It makes perfect sense when you think of it. I could have called the kayak off, but it's not as much fun.
No, that's marketing 101. You got to get their attention first.
Yeah.
So let me share my screen again and
Totally.
take
Yeah,
us through. Take us through. This is the page. Ethan won this one, and I kind of messed around with this. It's pretty cool how you have it set up. So the next round is open, right? Austin Hoover versus Gerald Smith.
Yeah, let's start it today. You can vote on that.
So I'm going to click on this, and you take me through the process of how this works.
Yeah. So actually, first, if you want to, don't go through the process first, but just keep scrolling down.
All right. Okay.
And you'll scroll down. So this is their head-to-head kind of thing. So first of all, stop there. So there's a prize for the anglers. There's like $2,500 US cash prize with no strings attached. They just get to do it whatever. They're going to get some feature pages and features in the magazines at Kayak Angler, and that's for the pros, or that's for the fishermen involved in the whole competition. But if you scroll down, Hoodoo is our sponsor for this first bracket. You scroll down now, there's that's the prize package. That prize package of the Newport, the Hoodoo, the Guardian Angel lights, and the Malone cart, that is for audience to go in and vote. So when you go in and vote, if you want to go through it and register and show people how to do it, I can show you how to do it, because there's a cool way to make more votes. And then if you keep scrolling down, unfortunately for Steven Johnson, he got our first. We kind of built this in like the Mortal Kombat style. That was kind of we wanted to bring in that kind of look. So there's Steven Johnson underneath the little X there. So when you when you vote it out, the water turns kind of red, and it's like, yeah, out. You're done. So yeah, those are the 16 anglers involved. There's a little bit of just a blurb about the Yak Offs. So if you go back up, and then just click on the vote now, or check out their rigs, that's fine. So you go down here, and those 5 standard pictures I asked them for are there. There's extra lifestyle pictures that they'll scroll through. You can check it all out. Above there so this is all their rigging stuff. So it's exactly what they did, or what they use, where you can buy it, links to how to get it. So Austin Hoover's is very long, as you can tell. He's got a lot of stuff on that boat. And then up top, you can click on either of the videos and the thumbnails there, and you can watch.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, we'll go to the next one.
Oh, Jeff.
Wait a minute. Why is he in Austin Hoover's?
He just introduced Austin.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
because he was filming for him.
Okay, I see. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That seems like a little. I like the intro music on Gerald's as well, though. Okay,
Yeah, there's some cool. So everybody also sent us like teasers and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So 44 minutes versus 7 minutes. That's insane.
Yeah, you can watch what you want. There's some clips in there. There's a bunch of teasers and stuff, and lots of lots of different things to learn. And I mean, you don't have to watch them to vote, but it's encouraged because that's kind of the point of it.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's say if you scroll through, this is live now. So if you go down there, that'll explain everything. It also shows you who their sponsors are and all that stuff. So it's great for them. So if you don't see it, different browsers are different. So this one doesn't have it. So if you say, click here to vote, and then that'll take you somewhere.
So I got to register right here, huh?
All you got to do is put your name and email in so we know we can get you the prize if you win.
I hope you win, Jeff.
Thank you. We're doing this live here. Checking my typing skills. Look at that. It's like
I'm honestly surprised at how good you are at following directions. This is fantastic.
Hey, man.
You talking to me?
No, talking to Jeff.
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
I'm definitely giving you a good report on the Department of Government Efficiency.
So look at all these points. What do I do here?
So is that taking? I'm still looking at that first screen. We can't see the rest of it.
Jeff got a new pop-up and he's not sharing it.
Oh, it switched. When I hit register, it switched. I got to reshare.
Yeah, there you go.
It took me to a new tab. It took me to a new tab. So now we're
sorry for the folks on the audio podcast. We're getting through the vote right now.
You can visualize it.
There we go.
Yeah,
it took me to apps, a new page called app.viral sweep. So apparently you've given my computer some sort of disease, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's right. It just kind of goes along with the whole theme, right?
It's like throwback to LimeWire days.
So what we did here was, so when you enter, you get your entry in to win that prize. But if you go through here, for all our sponsors and everybody involved, you can like join Kayak Anglers newsletter or follow Wire to Fish or some of our sponsors. You can gain extra votes to win that grand prize at the end of the whole thing.
Boom! I'm liking right there. Look at that. Yeah, it takes you right to it. That's cool.
Yeah, and then you can if you go down to watch the dreaded triple double, click on that guy
right here.
Yeah, and then
it just opens right up.
Just scroll like maybe 5 minutes.
Hey guys, Captain Mike here again. I have been getting some requests about treble hooks.
No, he was a doctor for 30 years.
Flies. We've done
a doctor for 30. I was like
jigs. We've done
Scroll ahead a little bit and look what he puts in his arm.
It won't let me do it. Here, I'll have to open a new tab. Hang on.
I'm making you open up all these tabs.
No, it's all right. Keep me on my toes, man. That's what I'm here for.
I heard you listen well.
Ryan's the talent. I'm the tech. So that's what
I heard you listen well. So it's good.
Yeah, he's doing good. Ashley K has trained him well.
Hey,
so here's this. He just took this out of the package, and he's going to bury 6 of those 9 hooks into his arm.
He looks like the kind of guy that would do it too. Like he's just tough as hell.
And his logo is so cool. I'm like, man, you look like Popeye. You need a logo that has that in your arm.
That's his good arm too. It ain't got all that coloring on it.
So that's his right arm because he's right-handed. So he's demonstrating how you can use your left hand to get it out.
What is he superhuman? I mean, what is he doing here?
I think he's just like I don't know.
He's an X-Man probably or something.
Doesn't even bleed. It's crazy.
Does he have blood? Has anybody checked?
I'm not sure.
Is it harder to put the hooks in or get them out?
In, I would bet. Look at that.
He's a sick man, but cool product.
Anyway, yeah. So shout out to Mike and D Hooker. They're one of our big sponsors, and you guys got to try that out. He's got stories of being like 80 miles offshore and something happening to someone that you can't come back in because he's the captain of a boat too. And then you have to come back and go to the emergency room, and now you can just pop it out and keep fishing. Save all your beer and your gas.
All right. So I'm entered now.
Save all your beer. I like that.
Jeez, I'm a little bit shook by that video, but I'm entered in the contest. Officially.
There you go. Right.
Robert Brown has given you a new
everybody
name.
Everybody can follow along and vote. Maybe win yourself a pretty sweet rig. Doesn't cost anything, and you might learn a thing or two, or maybe you know something you could teach some other people. So that's pretty sweet.
So when you get your extra votes, how do those disperse? You get that many votes per week, or is that your overall votes for the whole competition, or how does that play out?
So it's just calculated through. It's a program called Viral Sweep. It just keeps everything up under your email when you put it in there. So you'll have that many entries, not votes. You just get one vote.
Okay. I got you.
So you can technically go in every day and vote, but you can it just calculates it through the whole time.
I got you. All right.
I'm sitting here thinking, Ryan, if the K Triple BT had a website like this, they'd still be around. It's pretty slick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
shout out to our designer, Jeff, built that. It was kind of fun doing something a little more battle-y, Mortal Kombat kind of style. And
yeah, I like that.
You always have to use a Jeff as a tech guy, I've learned.
Yeah.
In my life.
Mike was our designer that did all the logos and stuff, and it was fun. We got a good team, and it was really fun building it. And people are loving it so far. It's going to be on till May 18th. So it's 2 anglers a week, and it's also just to get all you guys down south of the 49th here ready for March Madness. You can practice your bracket picks now.
There you go. Was this seeded, or was this randomly how you put people? Did you seed this like 1 through 16 on each side, or how did you do this?
No, so there's 16 total, so there's 8 on each side.
Or 1 through 8 on each side. Did you seed it up, or was
no? So I got all the assets through like a jot form that were sent to all the anglers, and I got way more than that, but just kind of had to pick and choose who had the kind of right things and what we were looking for and the right length and photos and all that stuff. And then I basically went in a hat, 1 against 2, 3 against 4, and pulled out who the name was.
Okay.
So completely random. When's Wesley's time?
She's not until March, middle of March, man.
Okay. Yeah. She got a minute.
She's like week 7 or 8 or something like that. So the cool thing is now,
momentum.
So Ethan and Steven were week 1, and they kind of were right under the gun. We were still kind of getting some irons or bugs fixed and getting things rolling. But now Ethan has gone through to the second round, the first person ever to go through to the second round of the first ever Yakoff. But Ethan has now time. He can, once you get through and you're on the next round, people aren't going to go watch your same video. It's kind of boring. So he can go create something new, something exciting, do something else. I also have products from some sponsors that are being shipped to all these anglers, like Guardian Angel lights, stuff like that. So they can go and like do an install video or do something fun with that and be creative before they're up again. So he's got some time to figure that out.
If you made a terrible video in the first place, can you go back and upload another one and try to do better?
You could, but if your week's over, then you're screwed.
That's what I'm saying, though. If you watch your competitors and you're like, wait a minute, I could do way better than this.
Yeah. You until you're up. That's it.
I remember the old, what was it? The Yak Angler Awards. You remember that, Ryan? Back in the day?
I do.
Kayak specific, but it was more of a, I hate to call it a popularity contest, but I guess that's what it was. There's a little more meat to it. You can go in there and look and see the rigs, look at the videos. You're not just voting because, they're pleading for votes on the social media.
Well, it's not like it's not a name recognition thing. There's material to it, I think.
Yeah. And one of the cool things, like I was getting so many questions from these 16 anglers that were selected, and then a lot of them didn't know each other because they're all at different levels in their careers, right? But now they all know each other. Now they're all yakking. Now they're all chatting with each other. That just came out.
One big circle Yak Off.
Now they're all, it's just really cool. Like we got kids texting and asking questions and how can I do this and where can I get that and how did you think of that kind of stuff? So it's good.
No, it's awesome.
I always thought like an in-person, like, at a tournament, like an obstacle course or, foot race or something along those lines of yakking off, eye to eye, like looking at your competition, fighting each other almost on the water. I think that'd be fun.
Kayak Olympics. That'd be fun, man.
Yeah, something like that,
With battle thing. Years ago, I went to what was that thing called? Dadgummit. It was in Tulsa or in Oklahoma City. I'm sorry, it was not Paddle Fest. Dadgummit. It's like the big expo in the summer.
Outdoor retailer.
Something
like that. But one year they broke off the paddle sports section of it, and they had it in Oklahoma City.
Canoecopia.
That's right. They had it in Oklahoma City. Anyway, they put the fishing kayaks through the whitewater course, and that was insane and awesome at the same time. So you can take your Hobie, your Old Town, whatever, and try to take it down. Nobody made it. Everybody dumped. It was a disaster.
Marty gets it. So. Yes, like jousting, tug of war, like some kind of physical.
Canoecopia has come up in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
in 2 weeks back down there. Yeah.
So good stuff. I love it. Something outside the box, man. Anything that's different than what we've seen is fantastic. So this is fun. This is cool, and I like the even the naming of it's fun. So that's awesome. Well done.
Oh, it got our attention immediately. Like as soon as it popped up on Facebook, I sent it to the group. I was like, "What? We got to check this out. We got to look into this."
No, I didn't even clue into that until you guys all told me about it. So
yeah, with Canada,
Yeah,
US,
no,
I was just like,
sure.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't think these Americans with their dirty minds. I don't know.
yeah, we're just
Yeah,
immature
you're just
down
out
here.
there.
But
You're making snow angels and stuff up there in BC.
Tim
Yeah,
Percy
literally.
knows. Ask him. He's been down here enough. He knows. He knows what's going on.
Tim's not even allowed across the border anymore, I don't think. We got that part fixed. We're keeping him up there.
Yeah. So outside of this event, Keith, what are the waves of change you guys at Kayak Anglers see or feel coming within maybe not the tournament world, but the kayak fishing in general? Where do you see it heading in 25 and 26 going forward?
Like industry wise?
Yes, industry wise.
Industry wise? I mean, it's going, man. It's strong. It's like, have you guys been down to ICAST? Do you guys go down there?
When I have to.
Every July? Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Like you can't turn around any direction in this massive fishing show. It's really insanely huge without seeing some kind of kayak or some kind of accessory geared towards kayak fishing. Yeah, it's going just as strong as ever. Like obviously everyone knows during COVID and all that kind of stuff, it was just a crazy boom and boats and stuff. And now those numbers are kind of skewed because there's so many of those boats that are on that secondary market, and a lot of those cheaper brands that kind of came out from like the box stores and stuff, and people have now moved from those and they're fishing out of these secondary ones to get into better, bigger boats. And yeah, I mean, we've got new brands joining us all the time, and it's strong. Like it's gonna keep yakking off.
There we go.
Oh boy. Now I think we're seeing kind of a reset of the market from the COVID explosion. Like I think things are getting back to normal. So dealers can kind of gauge what they're actually gonna sell instead of trying to
and
it's
the same thing. Like within our kind of umbrella, we have Paddling Magazine as well, and that's all like whitewater and canoes and sea kayaks and stuff. And it was the same thing in all those other industries, right? COVID, just people were buying everything, and they just like nothing was available. So
I think people forgot that you could. People forgot you could have hobbies, and then COVID happened. You're like, oh wait, I can do something else besides work all the time.
Yeah. And then COVID kind of ended, or sort of ended, and people are like, I like that hobby I just spent 3 years doing.
Yeah, and the problem is not the problem, but something that happens is, we had that huge rush of people buying, whether it was kayaks or new guns or bows, whatever it was during COVID. Well, once you buy those, you don't just, unless you're a tournament angler or tournament like a competitor, you really don't do that every year. So you might, everybody went out and bought them, and they probably sit on them for 2 or 3, 4 years before they cycle back into another one. So it'll pick back up again, I bet.
Oh, it's going well. The innovation out there is crazy. The new companies popping up all the time that we get introduced to. It's awesome. There's so much new stuff, and there's so many places to go with it. So
and tell us about like what you do at Kayak Angler Magazine, and Kayak Angler Magazine's it's a physical magazine too that you can find in like Books A Million and stuff, right?
Barnes and Noble and
Barnes, and that's what I was trying to think of. Sorry.
Yeah,
I knew it was with a B, and there were books in there.
So Kayak Angler Magazine is part of Rapid Media, which is also the Paddling Magazine and the World Paddling Film Festival, and we work also under a big company called Delta Digital that has Wired to Fish under, which you guys are all very familiar with, I'm sure. So I do content creation and marketing strategies for brands, and get to go fishing, and I get to test out stuff and develop kayak fishing programs on the coasts and at lakes, and help people get the word out there and sell their products and give our opinions on what we think of their products to unbiased and just real knowledge.
So you've got a fun job, is what you're saying.
I got a fun job, yeah. I got a really fun job for sure.
This is our job. This is what we do. This is what Jeff and I do for a living. Is this 1 hour a week? It's crazy.
Boy, if only.
That's what I heard.
If only.
He told me it's even sometimes only 45 minutes.
That's it.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Yeah.
Depends how grandfather slept. Depends how I slept last night. That's all it is.
What time did you go to bed?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, we appreciate you coming on, man. It's Kayak Angler Magazine, probably it's been around for a long time. And I know one of the reasons I got into kayak fishing to begin with was walking through a Books A Million, 12, 13 years ago and seeing one on the shelf and thinking, I grew up canoeing. This might be kind of cool. And I end up, going on YouTube and everything else and buying a kayak.
Man, I got a 15-year-old daughter and a 16-year-old son, and about 13 years ago I submitted a kids book poem kind of thing to Kayak Angler that they published for me, and that was like 10 years before I started working with them. So it's been around for a while. It's pretty cool, and we're getting bigger, and kayak fishing's growing, and it's just fun to be part of. Meeting guys like you, it's even doing these Yakoff Awards. But doing these Yakoff Awards,
I mean, I'm proud of the Yakking Off contest. I think that's something that was long overdue. But
it's not called Yakking Off. It's not called Yakking Off.
Okay, sorry, Yak Off.
Yak Off. We're throwing the N in there just for fun.
Yeah.
I think it was neat though, like seeing kind of where the tournament fishing side started 11 or 12 years ago. Seeing the people that like their articles or features or stuff in a like that was a kind of a cool benchmark, I think, watching as it grew. I finally sent Luke the link, by the way, Jeff. That's completely my bad. So now we have Luke in the group.
Perfect example of what you just said. Marty Hughes from, you guys know Marty, Kayak Jack.
He's one of the goats.
Marty.
Yeah, man, he is one of the originals for sure. And I knew of him, but I had never met him until I selected him for these Yakoff Awards. Like, that's crazy.
You have to. You should.
And now he is like, I've helped him get a different sponsorship that he didn't have, helping sponsor some of his events, like the new doggy paddle, which you'll hear about through Marty. I'm not going to talk about it,
Marty,
but I'm good with creating these fun names up. But Marty actually every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, so 9 Eastern, I'm on Marty's podcast, the Kayak Jack, Conversations with Kayak Jack, every Tuesday night throughout the Yakoffs with myself and Marty and the 2 anglers of the week. And we started that last week.
There we go.
So they'll be on tomorrow night. So join us there, and totally encourage all you guys out there to come and try to win a kayak and vote and hopefully learn something. And if you're smarter than everybody else, teach us something. Just check it out, kayakanglermag.com.
There we go. Appreciate you, Keith. That was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, man.
We will do your giveaway at the end of the show and shoot over the contact info for the winner.
Yeah, for sure. You got my contact info, and let me know, and enjoy, guys. Have a good night. Thanks so much.
Sure. You're the man. Thanks.
Sounds good.
I like that guy. I like that Canadian.
All right. Sorry, Luke. That's my bad.
What's up, guys? You're okay.
Jeff had told me that Jeff said he talked to you earlier, and in my head, I assumed that he had sent the link over. That's my fault. I've been sitting on that all day.
You're good. I was like, I'm pretty sure there's no way else to enter the show, but I don't know.
There's not any.
No, I'll give you my login, and you can have access to all our stuff. I don't care.
It's all good.
Well, congrats on another win. You seem to have it dialed in East Tennessee as it appears.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Did you win AOY in the Bass Nation last year, or how'd you finish in the Tennessee Bass Nation?
I did last year.
I thought you did, yeah.
Yeah,
that's pretty solid.
Yeah,
you're one of the made men around here. You've been on the show a bunch of times, so it's just like it's not a matter of when you're coming on. It's just not if, just when. You're going to be on a couple times a year, so we knew you'd be back soon, and here you are, right at the beginning of the year.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, after last year, it's more like you just wonder if you can continue to finish well. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, I guess I get lucky at times.
Okay.
But I mean, on Watts Bar, out of the whole Tennessee River, it's not like the mega bag on the entire Tennessee River. Like it's a tough fishery. And
I don't want to rag on Watts Bar, but there are guys there are guys that are obsessed with Watts Bar, and that's the only place that they fish. And to be honest with you, I don't get it. Like,
I think it's because they don't have enough gas to get to the next lake is probably what the problem is.
That's possible. I mean, so like I'm trying to think, a week and a half ago, I've only been on the lake, the actual lake portion, twice. Once was 3 years ago, and then once was like a week and a half ago. I've never seen so many fish ever in my life, but they're all catfish and drum, like every single one. Yeah, it's unbelievable. And then carp, like they've got carp, catfish, and drum, and they're all over the lake. You can't even move around, like motor around and scan. You will see fish constantly. They're all catfish and drum. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
How did you find your way out of the catfish and drum?
Well, I didn't go to the lake. I went to the tailwater.
Yeah. Smart man.
Yeah.
So when we fished it in the Hobie, it was cold. It was wintertime, obviously. I graphed like 3 places on the lake, and it was so much bait. I mean, just huge bait balls down there.
Yeah.
But I wasn't seeing a lot of bass, and I was like, I don't feel like this is going to be able to win it. Like to me, that's just not consistent enough.
Yeah, there is quite a bit of bait. I mean, even this time of year where some of it's probably died off at this point, there's a fair amount of bait. But what's funny is like you'll see fish feeding on the bait. They're catfish. Like they're not bass. You'll see fish in a school, and then like a couple weeks ago I tried to talk myself into some of them being bass. I'm like, I know they're not bass, but I'd still go and catch them, and every time it was like catfish drum, and I was like, oh my god. So even the fish that are feeding up on the suspended bait is trash fish.
Perfect. Love that.
Great lake. But that is what it is.
Well, that may be the case, but you still put up dang near 100 inches, caught a bunch of fish. So break down how you cracked the code over there in the tailwaters.
Yeah, so I went to the tailwater. I fished a tournament up there last year. To be honest with you, it's one of my least favorite tailwaters on the chain. Like as far, I know, again, it's Watts Bar, but even the tailwaters are not good coming off of the headwater lakes on that particular body of water. But there is an area in that tailwater that holds fish, and it just comes down to, what type of mood those fish are in. And so I went up there. It's kind of a weird tailwater because on the left-hand side you have fast-moving water, and the bottom it's pretty shallow right there, and it's super snaggy stuff on the bottom. So it's really almost impossible to fish the current. Whereas normally, if you're going up there to a tailwater, you're looking for the current. This isn't the case. And so I went up there where I know fish live, and I did the same thing that I did last year for a bit, caught some fish doing that. And as soon as I got bit, I caught 3 in the first hour. And typically in that location, like if I get bit in the first hour, I feel pretty good about my chances. And then I at one point I did something different, and I probably caught 20 straight at that point later in the day. So it got out of hand, but
I mean, it looks like it got out of hand in the right way. What is that?
Yeah, no. So like, I mean,
I'll tell you. Is that what that says, Jeff?
Yes, 5 + 9 over there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
so you did quite a bit of culling.
Estimated weight 20 pounds, 20.85. It says 97 inches.
Yeah, I think those are a little high on the weight estimates, but we'll take what Tony X says.
Just take it.
Pounds, so. But no, so I'm up there fishing a jig, which is what I do a lot of times. But in the last 5 months, I've really, I've really sort of gravitated towards fishing for suspended fish. And after I caught some fish, had a limit and everything, I saw some in there in the schools of carp and everything that reacted a certain way, and I was like, oh man, there's like a pile of giants right there. And it was probably 10 or 15 drifts straight caught fish, and it just kept upgrading. So
you saw them and saw how they reacted. Is that inter using some live scope to look at them? Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I was looking at them on live scope, and typically when I fish tailwater like that, I don't even use live scope that much, but I drifted a minnow, and that's been all the rage for like 2 years. I was a little bit late to the train, but I've learned more in the last 5 months than I probably have in the last 3 years. And I drifted a minnow through them, and I had one come up off the bottom, and just the way that it did it, I was like, oh gosh, like it hadn't seen that, or at least it's been a minute since it's seen that. And most fish, like on these lakes around here, it's the 50th one they've seen that week.
Yeah.
And so you fish for these fish and they're so pressured and you have to do such specific things to get them to bite. These were not. Like, they were dumb and they were fighting for it.
How crowded was it up there? Was it as bad as like what Chick is at the tail race?
Because that tailwater is like you get a lot of people that are fishing for. I think some people fish for walleye up there. I think people go up there and fish for white bass. Like, there were a ton, like probably 20 bank fishermen on one side and 20 on the other by like midday. Like, they get a lot of bank fishermen, people fishing for catfish, other trash fish, which it has a lot of. But there are some good bass in there. They just, you have to do certain things to catch them. And they liked the minnow. So
there we go. Are you the only one that went all smallies for the limit? I bet you are.
Probably. I know other people caught them for sure.
I don't know. There's a ton of smallmouth on Watts Bar, even on the lake. We fished the state championship up there. It's probably been 5 years ago, but we caught a ton of smallmouth down on the lake, even back in the creek arms and stuff. So it does have a really good population of smallmouth.
The spots are taking over though. Just about every smallmouth you catch on the lake now, you can see the spot in them. Almost every single one. Yeah. Like, I look at pictures that people are posting and it'll be like, XYZ and smallmouth. I'm like, that's a mean mouth. And a lot of them are spots, like full blown spots. Plus you just have the spots coming in there. So they're everywhere in there. That lake, I mean, give it 4 more years, it'll be largemouth and spots.
Really?
I mean, you'll still have smallmouth. I'm saying every single smallmouth will have Alabama spotted bass genes in it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put a lot of F1, the Florida strains into Watts Bar too when they did Nickajack. And I know,
like, a guy catch like an 11-pounder there last year.
Yeah, like the spring weights are getting really big on largemouth, kind of pre-spawn area.
I've only fished it like 3-4 times whenever we have tournaments there the last few years. So those are the only times I've been on the lake, and it's I know that they put the F1s in there. I don't think they've sort of gone to maturity yet.
Yeah. Wasn't Watts Bar supposed to be like next? Like, it was supposed to
That's
be
what they said a few
one.
years ago, but I hadn't seen
it. I think I heard somebody the other day say it's year 9 on a 10-year, like, they'd say that it takes 10 to 12 years to get really good, and they're on like year 9 or something. So they're the idea is that it gets there. The Alabama bass, though, I think that presents like a different issue for them that they probably didn't foresee when they were starting the F1 program. So
I don't know. I mean, Gunnersville, especially like the tail race area, like, it's a ton of spots too, like big spots, but a ton of spots. So I don't know.
A lot of those, though, I think are Kentucky spots, though. I think those are true spots because I've caught a bunch of those in that tail race, and they're little Kentucky spots.
There's a bunch of Kentuckys, but there's some hammers, those big long bowling pin tails in there.
For sure. No, I mean, they're definitely in there too, which just makes you wonder, because it's like, as good as Gunnersville, you see people fishing for largemouth right now, and as good as the largemouth fishing is, it's like, why can you have that type of largemouth population there and have the invasive spots, but in other lakes they just totally take over and annihilate the whole thing? So I don't know. Maybe it's just the type of lake,
Could be.
Well,
what do you think? I mean, we saw the Classic announcement. It's going to be in Knoxville next year. I would have to think Watts Bar is probably on a short list for hosting the kayak side of things.
Gosh, I hope not.
I mean, I wouldn't be shy. You got to look at what's in.
I know. I know.
There,
I just,
Cherokee, Douglas.
It could be.
They did on Chick last time, right?
Yeah, it was on Chick last time. I feel like
remember.
It'll probably go back on Chick.
Shut up, Jeff.
I
don't remember.
For a national championship event, I think they'd put it on Chick.
Yeah.
Before they.
I don't know. I don't know if they would do the same lake twice. And I say they. I guess I mean Steve-O. I don't know if he would do Chick.
I think they would, though, because I think for the national championship, they're looking for sort of a named. You know what I mean? They're not going to put it. I don't know. I don't feel like they're going to put it on Norris or something and be like, oh, national championship, in the vicinity of Knoxville. It'll either, I feel like it has to be on Chick.
Yeah. Could they go
Dale
down
Hollow. I could see it. A Dale Hollow would be a stretch just because of the distance, but I could see him putting it on Dale Hollow too. if they got
probably wouldn't be a bad one. That wouldn't be a bad one.
What's
just
the distance?
kind of
What's the drive?
Iconic fishery.
What's the drive?
From
Knoxville,
it's 2
Dale Isle?
hours.
2 hours. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably a 2-hour drive, which isn't that much different than Chick, honestly. I mean, from the south end.
Yeah,
of Chick.
depending on where you are on the lake. If you're on the southern end of the lake, you're at least an hour and a half, hour and 45. So. Yeah.
Well, Luke, well done, man. What do you think of where the sport's going? I mean, Bassmaster and Bass Nation are kind of taking over. I mean, it's everything right now. The Bass Nation State Series and the National Series is kind of the one. What do you think of the direction of the whole machine there?
I mean, I know people have had their. I've seen the KBN posts that are like, "It's dying, it's dead, it's whatever." I think it's fine. I mean, I think it's right where it needs to be. The reality is fishing is not a spectator sport. You know what I mean? Like, you're never going to get the type of eyes on an 8-hour tournament day that you need in order to, in order to have it be to get the type of eyes that other sporting products produce. That's all I'm going to say. So like, right. I think it's fine. Like, it's exactly where it needs to be. I think there should be a big national trail. I don't know if we can support multiple national trails. There's not that many people. Like, how many people can do 5 to 8 national events, travel, lodging? I mean, how many days are you gone for one of those? I don't do it. I'm saying like at least 5 days, probably 4 days minimum. And that's if you're doing like 1 day of practice, 2 days. I mean, so
tough. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like it's good. I think Bassmaster, they're doing a great job. They're drawing people. They're trying to divide up the schedule. They threw the West a bone with Havasu. I think, they're doing. No, I mean, seriously, like they're giving them something.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
California, but it's not actually California. Like they're trying to draw everybody into it. Plus, you have the regional Bass Nations, which will continue to feed the final event. So I think they're doing it right, and I think there's a realistic ceiling, and people just need to know where that is. And within an hour radius, do we need 6 local clubs? Probably not. And it filters out, and you end up with like 3 good ones. You know what I mean? But like, I don't think it's. I don't know. I don't see what other people do when they're like, it's falling apart. I think it's
no. Marty Hughes,
they've been saying that for years. Don't worry about that.
That comment you threw up there, Ryan. Marty said, if you're retired, it's great. And that's the deal. If you're retired, independently wealthy, single and no kids, a hobo, or maybe another category, I don't know. You can do that. You can do the traveling band and pull that off. But the common person of the hundreds of people that maybe fish big tournaments, because there's really only hundreds, not thousands, that fish, $200-300 entry fee tournaments. They can't do it. They can't go to 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, like you said, Luke. Right? There's maybe a dozen.
Yeah.
Maybe
and
20,
I mean, in order to do that, you really have to have. You either have to own your own thing and have wild flexibility in your schedule, or you need to be making money off of the actual fishing side. And there's not enough people winning enough tournaments to make money on the kayak side to sustain a lifestyle. And so that means that your only avenue, if you want to like do kayak fishing and make money, is social media. And so there's not enough people doing dedicated social media in the manner that it would need to be done in order to be, in order to be successful and sustain that. So you're right. It ends up being retired people, single people. I mean, gosh, if I was single and like had a flexible schedule, I definitely would, but that's not the case.
Right.
I mean, Ryan, I see your posts with your daughter and the volleyball travel and everything.
Yeah, we all volleyballing now, man.
Like, once you have kids, man, you realize like you're no longer the most important thing. And so, the things that you want and the priorities for you are no longer. And that's a good thing. I think it's healthy for people. But like, I can look at what you post, Ryan, and be like, Ryan's a good dad. You know what I mean? He's not fishing, but he's a good dad because he's doing the right thing.
He's not in this tournament, but
yeah, but no, but that's what I mean though. And that's like normal people that do this stuff for fun. So I think like it's fine. It's exactly where it needs to be. Yeah. And I think it'll continue to grow too.
Yeah. I ran into what I would say is the best angler in our area over here at Target, of all places, yesterday, pushing a stroller with one baby here, wife here, another baby in the stroller. And he's like, hey man, good luck fishing this year. I'm not gonna be able to fish. my career's on hold for a while because that's life, you know. That's dad life, that's husband life, whatever it is, and it's just tough. And no,
and for the majority of people, it's a hobby, you know, like this is something you do, like it's fun, it's competitive, but you know, it's for most folks, it's still a hobby.
Yeah, and like, you know, for the people that are like, we need a pro circuit, I'm like, with 20 people, like,
come on now.
I don't know. with a $10,000 entry fee for 20 people, and then have
no doubt. We need to appreciate it for what it is. We need to have fun doing it. It's fun to get out there, compete, make some money. You know what I mean? Like it's
I think we need to put the pro circuit on the back burner and focus more on the Yak Off stuff like that.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know about that.
We're talking about Cole Sykes, Jim B.
I didn't get to listen to the whole thing. Every time I do one of these, I have to like re-log into Facebook for the first time, and it's like I'm locked out and have to, you know, get the code for my password. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I didn't hear any of the Yakoff thing.
It's awesome. It's actually pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. You need to go check it out. So
yeah, I will do.
Yeah,
it's like a rigging competition, basically.
Best.
Yeah, I've seen it because I saw Ethan posting about it, and he was like, "Vote for my boat." So
yeah, he won. Ethan won. He won his first round. So there you go. Good stuff, man. Well, good perspective from you, Luke. Side note, nothing to do with kayak fishing, but from the last time you were on, I think your wife was in the comments or something, and you talked about her being an influencer. Now my wife is like Superman #1 of her Instagram. So thanks a lot for that.
You say super fan?
Yeah, super fan of her Instagram page. So she goes, "Hey, there's this Luke guy. Check his wife's video out every other day." I'm like,
so if you have any merch that you can send to Jeff, that'd be great.
Yeah, no, she's probably bought something. She's probably bought something if she's selling something.
Listen, we have closets full of merch at this house that people send us. I said the other day, like, so because of what she does, UPS, FedEx, like anyone that delivers boxes, they're at our house every single day. One time I was out front and the FedEx guy pulls up and he was like, "Dude, I feel like I'm here every day." And I was like, "I know you're here every day. Like, you're dropping packages off every single day." And I was like, and I told my wife the other day, I was like, you know, for those people, from their perspective, they probably think our house is about to be foreclosed on with the amount of stuff that they drop off on our porch that they think you're probably ordering, but that's not the case.
Nope.
So, if your wife wants to come raid her closet and take home merch.
Really? Oh, well, okay.
Road trip to Tennessee, Jeff. Come on.
Road trip. Y'all are in Knoxville, right, Luke?
We're in Knoxville.
All right. Well, I got to qualify for Classic now, and I'll drag her along.
Closets full of products. So.
All right. Yeah, she would love that. So there we go. She can meet her Instagram hero there. So good stuff. Yeah. All right. Luke, appreciate you, man. Congrats again. I'm sure we'll have you on before the year's out, maybe here in a month or two.
Yep.
As you win another tournament. So
keep it going.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
All right. Take care. Right. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, man.
Luke Graham, everybody. That guy can catch him, Ryan. People are actually lucky he doesn't travel. They're lucky he doesn't travel over the country a lot, to be honest, because there's another guy.
He's got a high fishing IQ.
That's another guy taking your money. So let's go. Here we go. It's giveaway time. Hashtag hook in the arm to win the giveaway tonight. We had a huge, relative, for the first night streaming back over on X. We were hovering like 40 to 45 people live on X. So that's pretty good for X for us. So we appreciate you over there on X. Hook in the arm to win. We got a Z-Man giveaway and the D-Hooker, the human D-Hooker, or the D-Hooker human, DHUKER. Keith from Kayak Anglers is he's still here with us. I'm going to bring him back in for the giveaway. What's up, Keith? Appreciate you.
Hey, what's up? I'm just checking it out, watching you guys, and love the handle there. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, but
it's not DHUKER, it's DHUKR.
I threw the ER in there by accident, but
Jeff's not good at spelling or pronunciation, so.
But he can take orders and follow along. You said,
DHUKR.
There you go.
DHUKR.
DHUKR. DHUKRtool.com. Check that.
There we go. So hashtag hook in the arm. We'll get you all the entries we can in here. I
think I saw Katie Bacca in the comments. I'm sure she can find a link.
She's back on the road, man. She's down there fishing in Florida. She stayed down in Florida. They fished that Florida trail and the Kissimmee event. So get on them. Robert Brown.
Good to see them back on the road.
Yeah, I saw Robert Brown in the comments earlier. He had a good finish at the Kissimmee event, so good job there, Robert. Cashed a little check. He put up, I think he had a 104-inch bag one of the days. Robert did. Crazy.
Oof.
Wow.
All right, y'all. I gave you enough time. We're gonna hit the hook in the arm here. There's like 85 people still watching. We only got 25 entries, so the odds are in your favor.
Roll the dice.
Here we go. You ready?
Yes.
Do the Z-Man first or the hooker first? The hooker. Keith's still here.
Do the Z-Man. Do the Z-Man first. We'll build it up.
Here we go. Who's it gonna be for the Z-Man package? Slow rolled. Who's getting slowed? Boom. Casey Jones to Jones into Fish on YouTube. All right, Casey. All you have to do is email kayakbassnation@gmail.com or just get in Ryan's DMs and we'll get you hooked up. Next up,
taking notes now, Jeff. I'm really stepping up.
Proud of you, man.
I know. I'm learning.
One more time. Let's see who's going to win. Now, if you win this, you have to go stick a spook in your arm and pull it out.
Yeah, 100%. First time you use it, you got to share.
Oh, Chad Davison.
Oh, boy.
Chad Davison, who's in the contest. This was not rigged whatsoever. So, and I know Chad will follow through with sticking the hooks in his arm and pulling it out.
Yeah, but I have a question. Can you respin so someone in the audience can win? Because he's already getting some delivered to his house.
Oh, he is? Yeah, we can respin. Here we go. Sorry,
Chad.
You get nothing.
That's my bad. Sorry, bud. Spread the love, right?
Marty Hughes.
Marty Hughes.
So, do it again.
Do it again.
Sorry, Marty. And I just texted with Marty like 2 seconds ago. But sorry, Marty, you're out too.
That's so funny.
Canadians, we like to share the wealth. So,
all right, man. We got a hard cutoff at midnight. Okay, so
yeah. If we get another Jason Netzer, is he in the
all right, there you go.
For the
nope, he's not. There you go.
All right, Jason.
There you go, Jason. Third time's the charm.
Jason Netzer on Facebook. There you go, Jason. Slide in the DMs, and we will get your address to Keith, and you're gonna get the hooker.
All right.
Something like that.
Got him logged.
Thanks again, man.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much. Great to be here.
Good show. Y'all take care.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
See y'all
guys.
next week.
Okay, cheers.
Later.